Robert Buchanan was born in Nova Scotia, Canada in 1862. Together with his wife and young daughter, he moved to New York City in 1886 to practice medicine. By the summer of 1890, he had divorced his wife and was becoming acquainted with a relatively wealthy woman 20 years his senior who ran a house of prostitution in Newark, New Jersey. Within the year, the pair were married. The newly minted Anna Buchanan and Robert lived on West 11th Street in New York City, although Buchanan hid the marriage and represented to the world that she was just his housekeeper. The two fought a lot, and by the end of 1981, she threatened to leave him. During that winter, Buchanan told her friends that the old hag was unbearable and that he had to get rid of her, no matter what it cost. 2 years earlier, a medical student, Carlisle Harris, had been convicted of killing his wife with morphine when it was shown that she had the telltale pinpointing of the pupils that occurs with a morphine overdose. During February of 1892, Buchanan discussed this case with many acquaintances and frequently referred to Harris as a stupid amateur and a bungling fool, as well as that he, Buchanan, knew how to eliminate the tiny pupils when taking or giving morphine. The day before Anna's death, Buchanan began laying his cover story. He told his friend that she was very sick and that he thought she might not survive. Other eyewitnesses countered this claim and did note that she was quite well. On the fateful day, after eating a hearty breakfast alone, Buchanan always ate at his friend's restaurant, Anna suddenly had severe pains in her head that she was unable to stand. A physician, Dr. McIntyre, arrived shortly after, but upon examination opined that she was suffering from hysteria and prescribed 1 teaspoon of bromide of sodium every 2 hours. When he returned at 2 p.m., her symptoms were worse, so he added 2 drachmas of chloral hydrate to the teaspoon that she was to take. Just after 3 p.m., one of Anna's friends, Mrs. Brockway, visited and saw Buchanan giving Anna 2 teaspoons of something. A difference, he explained, is due to the fact that his spoon was smaller than the standard size, a fact that was later disproven in court. After taking the 2 teaspoons from Buchanan, she immediately grimaced and then sucked on an orange as if to get rid of a bitter taste. Within 15 minutes, she fell into a deep sleep, from which she never awoke. At another point during the day, a nurse noticed Buchanan bent over Anna, apparently dropping something in her eyes. When Dr. McIntyre returned that evening with another physician, they now noted that the comatose Anna had slow respiration, a rapid pulse, flushed face, hot and dry skin, and normal pupils. The right one was actually slightly dilated. Dr. McIntyre and the other physician both concluded that she'd had a stroke, and she died the next day. Right away, Buchanan's mood had improved. On the day of her death, he told her friends that Providence was smiling upon him, and immediately after the funeral, he went on a pub crawl with his buddies. Throughout his carousing, Buchanan discovered how much he had inherited from his wife. By all accounts, it was about $50,000, or about $1.2 million today. After a few days, Buchanan went back to Nova Scotia, where he quickly, within 3 weeks of his wife's death, remarried his first wife. Returning to New York, Buchanan discovered that Ike White, a reporter, had been looking into the details of Anna's death. After digging up most of the dirt in the case, Ike was able to heckle the authorities into literally digging up Anna and conducting an autopsy. Wonderfully well preserved, Anna's body held evidence of sufficiently large amounts of morphine to have done the deed, as well as evidence of atropine, a drug of the belladonna family that dilates pupils and increases heart rate. The autopsy also revealed that she had not suffered a stroke or had any disease that would account for her death. At trial, Buchanan strongly challenged the prosecution's scientific evidence, arguing that potamine, a product of putrefaction, could be mistaken for morphine and atropine in chemical tests. To counter this evidence, the prosecution, through one of its expert witnesses, put on a demonstration. A cat was brought into the courtroom and injected with a lethal dose of morphine. As the judge, jury, lawyers, and spectators watched, the cat's pupils constricted. Then, once drops of atropine were applied, they dilated. The cat, of course, died. Nonetheless, the defense was vigorous, and since the evidence was only circumstantial, many court watchers thought Buchanan might even be acquitted, until, that is, he decided to take the stand. Self-obsessed and whiny, the prosecution trapped Buchanan in lie after contradiction after lie until no one was left with any doubt as to his guilt. Dr. Robert Buchanan was executed in the electric chair in New York Sing Sing prison on July 2nd, 1895. So I hope you found that video interesting. If you did, please do give us a thumbs up below. Do not forget to subscribe. Brand new videos just like this every day of the week. Looking for something else to watch? Why not check out a new channel I'm doing called Highlight History? Link to that below. And as always, thank you for watching.